Across the country, we're seeing a real economic revival going on, and that's great news. But what I'm interested in is how this is playing out on the more local level, state by state. What's your perception of where we are and how it's going?
Well, we're in a great position because of the growing and really booming national economy on President Trump's watch, and that plus a growing Indiana economy is kind of a match made in heaven, so to speak. And so we know that there are jobs available, high wage, high demand jobs available to the tune of about 100,000 in the state of Indiana. So we're having to help meet that demand, and so we have to supply the workforce in order for our businesses
How
to
are you
grow.
doing that?
Well, a number of programs that we put online, and what I'm so encouraged about President Trump and his whole administration is that we're, for the first time now, aligning state government programs, the whole education system. We're really redefining what higher education means in today's world, and then of course the business community.
Because I like the sound of that. I've argued for that a lot. I've said it's all too inflexible. You're stuck with these kind of basics, old fat, 4 years in college and then you get your degree. So
throw that out the window.
Okay, great. So, but tell us how you're doing that. What are the specifics? How's it changing?
It's a whole pathway, and you have to understand that when we're talking numbers or statistics, whether it's 100,000 or it's a 3.6% unemployment rate, if it's 450,000 Hoosiers in Indiana that don't have a high school diploma, or 500,000 Hoosiers that started college and then quit, life interrupted or intervened, something changed, 27,000 Hoosiers who are incarcerated. How do you directly connect them with the skill sets needed to then fill those high-wage, high-demand jobs? And so when you talk about the incarcerated, we have some programs like the Last Mile program that's teaching coding while we have their attention captivated as well, or welding, or nursing
So this
programs.
is while they're in jail?
Absolutely. And so they're attached to a
part of them
mentor,
getting ready
a coach,
for life outside.
and getting skilled up.
Very
so
smart.
that there's the transition is not just we're going to offer you hope once you're re-enter society. You already have a job. As a matter of fact, you're pretty much interviewing the employers. Also, what we're doing is we've created a next level jobs program that's geared toward employers and geared toward employees. For this to really work in a state like Indiana, where we have different regions, different sectors flourishing in different areas of our state, whether it be advanced manufacturing, limestone, the racing industry, it just goes on and on and on. Next Level Jobs says we will pay, if you'll put the time in, go get the skills, the state of Indiana will pay for that. We'll pay the employee, the person, to go get those skills, or if you have a company and you will skill up at your own business, if you don't need to go to a community college. We have a training program here, and if it passes muster, we'll pay the employer. Those are exploding.
So just to be clear about that, let's just take one of the cases you mentioned. Let's say someone who's started on a college degree and then quit for whatever reason. And they want to get back into the workforce. So you're saying that they don't have to pay for the training?
That's correct.
The reskilling?
If they go into these 5 sectors, IT, construction, logistics, transportation, advanced manufacturing, if they choose to go pursue that path, that they're passionate about that. But there are other programs as well. If you don't fit that profile.
Yeah, that's one of the big barriers, isn't it? That people don't have the time or the...
We're trying to create the most...
resources to just take time out to learn a new skill.
Yeah, we've got the resources, and in a state like Indiana where we have $1.8 billion in reserves, we've got a AAA credit rating, we're growing, right? So that good fiscal stewardship is paying off right now. And having the workers, this is what businesses need to grow. If the business isn't growing, it's dying. It's uber competitive out there, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the workforce. So this is really a turbo boost. Every single person that we take from incarceration to a $50,000 job, they are no longer part of the load. They're the engine, right? We're moving have-nots into the have category every day.
And just finally, how do you see this playing out in the future? Because we hear all the time about how automation, artificial intelligence are going to destroy jobs.
Wrong.
Is that going to happen in Indiana? Or
no, and because we're not going to allow it. We're embracing the change of technology advancements. It's our ally, not our adversary. right? And it is the #1 per capita manufacturing state in the country, right? We are susceptible to these technological changes, but now we're starting to require computer science in school, starting to teach more of the STEM subjects, starting to make sure people are on that pathway so that they're stackable credentials, and you're taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
And we're doing this in the most decentralized. Look, this is one of the things I've shared with my gubernatorial colleagues and with the federal, our partners, is trust us, the states.
Yes.
This variety around the country, this diversity, is a good thing.
Well, listen, really appreciate you sharing all of that experience. It is definitely positive and practical.
I'm proud of it.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.